All right, so we're live. I want to say welcome, Laura, welcome, Andrea, to this call. These ladies are located in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. How you ladies feeling?
We're
Good.
good. Thanks for having
Awesome.
us on.
Appreciate you ladies making the time to be on this call and this interview. It means a lot to me. Obviously, for the public that's going to be seeing this footage in the future because it's going on our new website, and I'm excited to share your testimony.
Awesome.
So, I before we get into all the success you've created and how you learned about credit, I want the public to understand, who you ladies are, maybe just a little bit about your backgrounds and why you even decided to start your own, credit repair business from home. Whoever wants to go first.
Well, I can definitely say that I kind of took the lead on making this jump into the credit repair business. A couple months ago, oh geez, it's almost been a year now since COVID locked down the world. And the one thing that taught us that my business will not survive if I can't go work. So I'm a massage therapist by trade. So I'd seen your posts, and I had tried the credit repair thing a couple of years ago when George had a class in Allentown. I took that class, and what I didn't realize was how time consuming it was at first. So although it was a great source of income, I just didn't have the time to put into it to make it a real thing. So when I spoke to George when you guys launched this class, and he is like, it's so seamless now. There's so little time involved now. He's like, you definitely got to try it again. So we took that leap of faith, and we definitely needed to have an extra income source coming into this house because I wasn't able to go out and work. And it's proven it's carried us through the last couple months. I'm not gonna lie, it was definitely a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, to piggyback on that a little bit, I was in retail for 20 years. So I don't anybody that was in retail knows that it's a pretty draining industry. So I was a little burnout when I left. I was given a year severance, but while off, I realized that I can't be a stay-at-home mom. I give a lot of credit to stay-at-home moms. It's a very hard thing to do. But we had been with Connect. I'm sure a lot of people know what that is. So I actually didn't have to go back to work full time, thankfully. And I do work. I work as a sales rep, but it's only part time. But in that time, I found out that I love coaching. Unfortunately, coaching doesn't pay a lot of money. You know what I mean? I definitely am following my passion with that. So I kind of jumped right in with Laura. You know what I mean? I was excited because this is something we travel a lot with softball. So in credit, I mean, we can do it anywhere. We were just down in Florida, and we were doing things there too while we were down there. We were sitting at the pool, the kids are playing in the pool, and her and I were working for our clients.
Beautiful. That's
So
awesome. I can
yeah,
relate
I
with the
think
retail. So I know a little bit about that feeling about late nights, coming home early morning,
yeah.
holiday hours. It's very draining. I can definitely say, especially around the holiday seasons, when hours are open later and things like that. But definitely relate to what Laura said. I think a lot of people have understood that, in 2020, those who didn't have an additional source of income, have learned that having only one source of income could be dangerous when there are things out of our control, right? And it's
For sure.
affected so many industries and so many different jobs, right? People all around. So, I'm glad that you ladies took this leap of faith, right? And obviously, it's been, I think you said it's a little over a year now. I know you took our initial class when we taught things a little bit differently. And yes,
Mhm.
everything has evolved ever since to make it so seamless now where you can literally do it, on a vacation or out of, in
Yeah.
another state. As long as you're connected to the internet, you can literally be working from your computer, and help people anywhere in the country, which is beautiful. So there's no limitations now. And, this whole being in the COVID situation has taught a lot of us how to adapt and use things like this, Zoom, right?
Mhm.
Which a lot of my clients use, and we're using right now to talk to each other and share this video. So I'm glad that you guys took the leap of faith, right? And Laura kind of convinced you, or maybe George convinced you to take this back, try it one more time. How do you feel now about your time freedom, and about what you've learned with the business? I know that it's changed how you did the business.
Sure. It's definitely, the process is a lot more seamless. It's less time consuming. I mean, when we get somebody onboarded within an hour, we can have a full credit repair done for them, letters sent and everything. So you can do it before you go to work. You can do it on your way home from work. You can do it on vacation, on the weekends. It doesn't matter, anywhere, anytime.
That's beautiful. So how long has, and the name of your business again?
The Massaro Group.
Sarah Group, beautiful. And then the business is located in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, which is great. So anyone who wants to look you guys up can. And more power to you, ladies. Obviously, for becoming your own business owners. I understand, Laura, you had your own business right before, but now that you take this new challenge on, what has it helped you do? What has this business helped you guys overcome, or any new goals have you been able to acquire now that you're in this business?
What do you think? I don't know about any necessarily new goals. They just feel a whole lot more attainable now.
Sure.
The income potential is tenfold to what we were doing prior to this. I was making a decent amount of money as a massage therapist, but people are scared right now. They don't
It's your little one.
want to get massages. They don't want to be in public. They don't even, some of them don't even have the money to spend on themselves to get treatment that I would normally be giving them. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. It's almost like I feel more stable. There's more security in this now. There's so many people that need credit repair that don't even have credit, and I'm really excited about being able to help them. It's one thing that we're both very passionate about, is helping people, and it's just another avenue that we can help them with.
I'm excited because I know the income can be basically unlimited, right? So I follow all of you guys a lot. I also follow Dylan, and just to watch Dylan, what he did in just like a year, is incredible. So that gives me a lot of motivation, because I have much bigger goals as far as just coaching with softball. I would love to one day have a complex and just, help kids that can't afford this type of thing. And so this can definitely open up a lot of doors for that as well. So I'm super excited for it. Plus, it just gives me the ability to work while we're away. Because like I said before, we travel a lot with softball, and it just makes it so much easier for our lifestyle, what we really want to do, and it's going to free up some time. You can have all the money in the world, but if you work 24/7, you can't enjoy it,
You're absolutely right. It's very hard to find people who make a lot of money and have a lot of time. You usually find somebody who has a little time but a lot of money, or a lot of time and a little money, and it's finding that in between, right? That work-life balance that we're all looking for. So I'm excited for you guys. It sounds like you have big whys. Obviously you have a family, your time freedom. You have a lot of things that you're passionate about. I can hear it in your voices. Softball, you want to pay it forward to the students. You want to help the future kids. So I know that, with this income, and obviously helping other people improve their financial health, helping them improve their credit, the income is just going to be a default icing on the cake. And when that happens, you'll be able to pour into more lives. And it sounds like you have a lot of dreams, to fulfill this year. So I'm excited to be part of that success, to help that success get created, and I can't wait to see more of your success story in 2022 and the years to come.
That's right.
Right? So anything you want to share to the people who are probably watching this and maybe they're a little bit in doubt, they don't know if, this is for them, or maybe should I try it? I'm a little nervous. What would you tell that person? Because I'm sure you felt like that in the beginning.
So what was it, like 3 weeks ago? We have a thing where we have to post on Facebook, you know what I mean? Every day, at least twice, right? Get the business out there. And I was faithfully doing it, and she was getting some hits here and there, and it was complete crickets, and I was like, man, I'm ready to throw in the towel. Like it was, it hit your pride a little bit, you get mad. And I was like, whatever. I kept going. And then something happened. Somebody I went to high school with hit me up, and she's actually a manager at a mortgage company. And she said, I see what you've been posting. I would love for you to talk to my team, this and that. Yesterday, actually, we finally sat down and we Zoomed with her and her team. Went really well. And she actually shared my information with somebody else and her counterparts in Harrisburg. So that's super exciting. But my message is, don't give up, trust the process. The information that, you guys share is extremely important, but the process works. Like, I kind of sound like the 76ers, trust the process, but we're not tanking, right? Like, we're just, you just got to keep slaying all day, because if you don't, I remember hearing George say this like a million times, like, you are right outside the door of success, right? Don't give up, because, you're going to push right through that door, and then, things are going to explode. I shared that little success with Dylan the other day, and he was like, get ready. You guys are going to get really busy. And I can't wait till that happens.
I'm so happy to hear that. It's funny that you mentioned that somebody else that took the same class as you had just posted today, maybe an hour ago. Wow, look at all these collections that came off. I think he removed like 5 collections, and the client's credit score was in the 730, 40 range. Wow. So, and I'm like, listen, I wouldn't steer you wrong. Trust the process. And speaking of which, I'm looking at a file here right next to me. One of my high school friends, I was able to remove all of her collections. So now her score just jumped up over 100 points, and documented. So trust me, when you start doing the same thing for your high school friends and your family and the people you guys do business with, your phones will ring off the hook, and you're going to thank me later.
Yeah.
So, any last thoughts? What was your favorite part of the class, Laura? If you had to give one favorite thing that, one super nugget that you took from this class that you say, you know what, that really helped the business.
The software that we're using, I think, is definitely the best part. Like I said, I had a little bit of knowledge from the previous class, so I kind of knew what I was getting into. And then just the way you guys broke it all down and fed us all the information that we needed. And I love the fact that we have a community now on our Facebook group, and we can talk to each other and lean on each other and ask questions and celebrate each other's successes. That's the best part for me now.
Beautiful.
Can I say a little bit about that too?
Yeah, absolutely.
So on that, a lot of times people will read like your thing where you're going to have that class and people are like, oh, that's great. But some of the perks are, your Facebook group. And I know a lot of times people look at that and they're like, oh, yay, a Facebook group or whatever. Or you can talk to you guys, when needed or whatever. But honestly, the class is great. I watched it several times but when you watch it all, you're not going to attain it all. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We've learned a lot just from that Facebook group. And also the fact that, you and Dylan are so available, it's crazy. And you guys are so humble, and you never make us feel like, any less, Mm-hmm. And I think that's really important. And I think that's why you guys are so successful. And I think that gives me more confidence that the Massaro group is going to do great things.
I know that for a fact. I know you guys will do great things. I appreciate those words. They mean a lot. Obviously the public's going to see that. They're going to understand that we're dedicated to our team. I remember when we first started the postings in that group, there were comments coming in all kinds of hours of the night. And, we were just getting on there and answering questions. And the difference between the future classes now is that we're not just going to enter all that information at somebody over, 1 or 2 days. We're going to break it up now over a few weeks. So that's going to help, the future students kind of transition easier, so they wouldn't have to go back and have to rewatch the whole video again and again and again. So, we are trying to make this even better and better as we continue, right? That's the whole point of progress, is trying to become better, right? So thank you, ladies, so much. I appreciate all your words, and I can't wish you anything but more success for the Massaro group. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Laura. And if there's anything that you need from me, even now that the class is over, that you can reach out at any time.
Yeah, just keep posting all your successes. I know that everybody doesn't like to see that stuff. They might think that you're bragging a little bit or things like that. But honestly, that stuff keeps me motivated, and it just shows me what's possible. And it also shows that you guys are working just as hard as everybody else. You know what I mean? It's kind of like saying like NFL players shouldn't, spike the ball and celebrate when they score a touchdown. Those guys have been busting their butts all their lives. Of course they should celebrate. And, I just think it's the same thing. You know what I mean? It's just celebrating your successes, man, and enjoying the good life. I love seeing your updates. I love how you're doing good. And I love when you're outside watching your kids ride on their ATVs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like that's good stuff.
It warms my heart. Yeah. Like I said, being And you know, we just said right before this Zoom, you know, I'm having my first baby in a few months, so I'm excited. It's gonna be, you know, a beautiful year for all of us.
Good luck, girls.
Yep, yep.
Your package got delivered.
Oh, it did? Oh, nice. Knocking on the door.
That's so funny. We just got that alert.
Thank you very much, ladies. I appreciate it. Let me end this recording. And then I think, hold on one second. I think we'll be done. Hold on. I want to end the recording here.